What is going on, y'all? It is the Caveman back at it again with another video. And if you're new around here, then this is not how I usually do my videos. I just want to throw that out there right off the bat. You go check out any of my other videos. I'm usually at home. I have a whole different setup. A lot more editing will be going on in my videos. This is just a more condensed style video because I'm on vacation right now. I really don't have the time to be recording and editing like I usually do. And with that being said, this will probably be the last video that you get from me on vacation, and you probably won't see me again until after the games on Sunday. So I'll be talking about the Bills and how they did in week 3 on Monday. But I did want to get my picks out to you guys to update you guys on how I did the week before. Have my picks for week 3. I want to hear how you guys did in week 2 if you do the pick'ems each and every week. If I had some Mott's applesauce, which I don't, unfortunately, I would be plugging it right now, but you guys know how I roll Mott's applesauce. If you're ever hungry, thirsty, whatever it might be, blah, 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 Mott's applesauce will get the job done. Before I get into my week 3 game picks, in week 2, I went 13-3, making my overall record 21-11, which is not too shabby. A pretty good week 2 for myself. It was kind of predictable for the most part, but some of the upsets that happened were wild. I mean, Baltimore taking down Kansas City, that was something I did not see coming whatsoever. So I'm currently sitting at 21-11. Let's see how I do in week 3. Like I said, I want to know your picks for week 3 down in the comment section below. I don't have any of the picks. I won't have the home and away, any of the graphics up here on screen like I usually do, but next week it will be back up to speed. Anyways, let's quickly kick off my condensed week 3 game picks. Thursday Night Football, the Carolina Panthers are heading to Houston to take on the Houston Texans with David Mills at the helm, with Tyrod Taylor going down with a hamstring injury. I believe he is now on IR. They were actually looking relatively competitive with Tyrod at quarterback, but now with him out, I'm not even sure what his last name is, but he is not going to be able to he's not going to fare very well, especially against that Panthers defense who just shut down the New Orleans Saints offense. I mean, I thought the Saints were kind of going to steamroll the Panthers last week, and the Panthers steamrolled the Saints. I mean, that was quite the upset as well. Panthers starting off 2-0. I think there's everything in their favor right now. They're really hot. They just came off an upset win. The Texans lost their starting quarterback in Tyrod Taylor, so I'm going with the Panthers. Sunday at 1 o'clock, I don't think Carson Wentz is going to be healthy enough to play in this one. He rolled both ankles. He might even play, but even if he does, I don't think he's going to be at his peak performance. If Carson Wentz was still healthy, I think they'd have a very good chance in this game because they nearly upset the Rams in week 2, but Carson Wentz did get hurt. Jacob Eason came in through the game away. If Jacob Eason is playing, I don't think there's much of a chance the Colts have. That game's going to Tennessee. Next, we got the Falcons going to New York to take on the Giants. This should be an interesting one because the Falcons were giving hell to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a short time until all the pick sixes happened, and then the Falcons offense just fell apart. But they were giving hell to the Bucs for a little bit of time there. So I do think there's a chance that they have in this game. But I think the Giants gave hell to the Washington football team as well. Both teams kind of played well in losses last week. So I'm just going to go with the New York Giants. I think Barkley's going to be a little more healthy. The Falcons defense is just so putrid. I'm just going to go with the Giants. Next up, we got a divisional matchup between the Chargers and the Chiefs. The Chargers give the Chiefs hell whenever they go against them. They gave them hell last year. The Chargers are playing well this year. I expect that to happen, but I don't think the Chiefs are going to lose back-to-back games, especially in the fashion they lost to Baltimore. There's just no way they're going to come out, in a 1-2 record. I'm just not buying it. Chiefs all day. Next up, we got Pittsburgh against Cincinnati. This is tough. This is really, really tough because the Steelers offense just looks brutal. I know Big Ben just got diagnosed with a pec injury, so he's not even completely healthy. Oh, wow. This is a really, really, really tough one. I think I might go with the Bengals here. Seriously, I don't think Big Ben's healthy. They kind of struggled to move the ball against the Raiders. The Bengals defense is not very good, but I think their offense is going to be able to do enough to put some points up and take down the Steelers. They're just not healthy. Big Ben's not healthy. Deontay Johnson's not healthy. TJ Watt's not healthy. Joe Hayden's not healthy. They're really dealing with a lot of injuries right now, so I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. Next up, we got Chicago and Cleveland. This should be a pretty good game. Seeing Justin Fields be the starting quarterback for sure because Andy Dalton is down. I can't remember what it was, something in his knee, but Andy Dalton is down. Justin Fields will be starting, and he's got quite the matchup in his first week. He's going against the Cleveland Browns. I think they're going to give hell to the Bears. It's going to be a tough uphill battle for them, but I think I got to go with the Browns here. Next up, we got Ravens and Lions. The Lions haven't looked as bad as I expected them to look at all, but they just can't stop the run whatsoever. Aaron Jones just got done steamrolling them for 4 touchdowns. The dude just went crazy, even though he had like 3 receiving touchdowns. touchdowns. Aaron Jones was just bowling them over. The Ravens run the ball even more than the Packers do, or more than the Packers did. So Lamar Jackson is going to have a field day. Tyson Williams, Latavius Murray. It's just going to be a steamrolling once again. It might be a closer game, but I just don't think the Lions can stop the run. And if you can't stop the run against the Ravens, you're going to have a hard time. Give me the Baltimore Ravens in this one. Next up, we have a really interesting game here. We have the Patriots hosting the Saints. And the Saints are coming off of that just complete, utter, miserable, whatever that game was against the Panthers. Like, they just didn't look like they were a football team. They really struggled. Oh boy, this is a tough one, but I think I'm going to go with the Saints. I think they rebound here. Jameis Winston's going to rebound, just get the ball in Alvin Kamara's hands, and the rest is history. I think that's going to be the game plan going into this one. Their defense is pretty good. The Patriots, they struggle to put up points at an efficient rate, so, they don't look bad, but they're not going to be good enough to take down the Saints, who are going to be pissed off coming off that Week 2 loss, so give me the Saints here. Next up, we got a pretty straightforward matchup. I think the Cardinals blow away the Jacksonville Jaguars. There really should be no competition here in this one. The final 1 o'clock game we have is my Buffalo Bills hosting the Washington football team. And I've been worried about this game before the season even began. Even though the Bills haven't been playing at peak performance, I don't think the football team has enough to take them down. We really have not seen much from that defense, in my opinion. I think the football team's defense has looked underwhelming. They really struggled against the Giants offense, and that was really shocking to me. They still did manage to pull out the win, but Taylor Heineke had to jump through some hoops. And not to mention Taylor Heineke's at the quarterback position. It's not even Ryan Fitzpatrick. So the Washington football team, if they were a little healthier, if their defense was playing a little bit better, I would give them more of a chance in this game, but I'm going with the Bills, who just skunked the Dolphins 35-0. Going into the 4 o'clock games, we've got the Broncos against the Jets. The Broncos and Teddy Bridgewater have not looked half bad, and the Jets have looked very bad. So this is another easy matchup. I'm going with the Denver Broncos. Next 4 o'clock game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders hosting the Miami Dolphins. Tua's not even healthy. Jacoby Brissett looked pretty bad when he came in against that Bills defense that just swarmed him, and it really wasn't his fault because the Dolphins offensive line just continued to collapse on him. And Max Crosby and Carl Nassib, that pass rush for the Raiders has become one of the best, it seems like. It's monstrous. I don't know where it came from, but I think it's going to disrupt Jacoby Brissett. If he's the one starting, if it's Tua, it really doesn't make a difference. I think whoever is at the quarterback position for the Dolphins is going to struggle against that pass rush because it's just going to be in their face all game. No, Derek Carr is not the healthiest at the moment, but I really don't think they're going to have an issue taking down the Dolphins here. They have looked hot, and I think they're going to continue it, going 3-0 in Week 3. The next 4 o'clock game is going to be a really good one. This might be the game of the week. The Seattle Seahawks are being hosted by the Minnesota Vikings. This is going to be a really tight game. I'm going to go with the Seahawks here. I think they're going to bounce back after getting, taken down by the Titans in overtime last week. This is going to be a really good game, though. 2 highly explosive offenses, 2 defenses that are going to really struggle to stop the opposing offenses. It's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to come out on top instead of what happened in Week 2. Last 4 o'clock game, and I think this is actually the game of the week. I didn't even realize what the game right after the next one was, and we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers being hosted by the Los Angeles Rams. Oh wow, this is going to be a really good game. 2 top-tier Super Bowl contenders, in my personal opinion, going head-to-head. It's going to be a good one, but I'm going to go with the Buccaneers here. The Rams, they looked really good. They're 2-0 right now, but they did almost get taken down by the Colts last week. Like, that was a tight game. If Carson Wentz doesn't roll both ankles, I think the Colts might come out on top against the Rams. So I think the Rams are going to struggle against the Super Bowl champions at different points. It's going to be a really good, really close game, but I'm going to go with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sunday Night Football, we got the Green Bay Packers against the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to go with the Packers. I think they're back on track. I think Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are back in rhythm. Aaron Jones just had a monstrous game against the Lions. I think the 49ers will put up a fight, but their defense isn't what it used to be. I think it's still decent, but they're not going to be able to slow down Aaron Rodgers on his last dance bullshit, so give me the Packers here. Our final game for Week 3 on Monday Night Football, we have the Dallas Cowboys hosting the Philadelphia Eagles in an NFC showdown. Both of these teams played in relatively low-scoring affairs in Week 2. The Cowboys barely beat the Chargers 20-17, and the Eagles fell to the 49ers 17-11. This is going to be a good game. It's going to be tight. I don't think either team's going to blow out the other, but I do think the Dallas Cowboys are going to take it and run. I think Dak Prescott and that offense is going to bounce back this week. They really really had a down week last week as far as the passing game goes. I think Dak Prescott's going to bounce back this time around. Jalen Hurts is going to look decent, but I don't think he's going to get enough help on the offensive side of the ball, so give me the Dallas Cowboys. So there we go. Those are all my picks for week 3. Right now, I currently sit at 21-11. Pretty damn good if I do say so myself. Let me know any thoughts you have down in the comment section below. Let me know how you're doing in your game picks if you're doing them on a weekly basis. I'm going to keep you guys updated. I will see you Monday after the games on Sunday. If you enjoyed the video, as always, like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff, blah, 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 and I will see you in the next one. Peace.